kick off ESA Connection, which is a network that's going to connect parents and vendors easily and quickly for educational services. We're all here because we all agree that this is something that is needed in the educational community. And I really feel like this is a big milestone in Arizona and just improving education in another way. So we really appreciate all of your guys' support. We appreciate everyone being here tonight. And Jonathan, I have a question for you. We're going to give away our first prize. I'm going to have you help me. Our first prize tonight is going to be an Amazon gift card for $25. Jonathan, tell me a number between 1 and 14.
Oh, no. 8.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jonathan. I know I put you in the spot there, but you're the best. All right. Congratulations to Pauline. You got a $25 gift card to Amazon. Woo woo. All right. I will be back later to hand out more prizes. Whenever you see me tonight, or hear me tonight, I guess, I'm going to be the one handing out prizes. This is kind of our agenda for tonight and what we're going to be doing. We are giving away a lot of prizes. So when you see me, it's going to be time for prizes. All right, Chris, go ahead and kick off and tell us what we're doing next.
Okay, so we told you a little bit about us, and rather than boring you with all of the background that we have, some of you may have been on the website, you've already kind of read about us, but I thought, and I put this in the chat, and so Cindy's going to monitor this chat, so if you have a question, you can either verbalize it, or if you're shy or want to do it in the chat, just type it in the chat. But we want to know what you guys want to know about us so we can answer those questions. So what we thought we would do is just ask you we'll open it up and you guys just ask or type it in the chat. What do you want to know about ESA Connection? I mean, we're these crazy people that have sort of come out of nowhere, and we're offering this product that, to me, we were shocked that it wasn't out there and nobody's done this yet. And, so this is what we've done. But what questions do you have about us?
Thanks for having.
And somebody's typing. Don't be shy.
So this is Jerry. I'll ask this. So I am generally, so I teach kids filmmaking, creative photography, stop motion, YouTube. We've got a whole STEAM curriculum. So I'm typically in the position where I have to work directly with the schools and in some cases the parents. And so I just want to understand, how could I work with ESA to leverage better communications and get our offerings out there in a better way?
So Tammy, you might have the best expertise here. Do you want to take that one, or do you want me to try to mumble through it?
Absolutely, I can definitely take that one. What will ESA Connection do for you? That is really your question. Where we're going to do many things. First of all, we have the network. No one else has it. Our network is going to connect you through a whole bunch of amazing, very specific filters. It gets down to all the way to disabilities, your location, all sorts of things. And we're going to Chris is going to show us these amazing filters so you can see exactly how the network is going to connect you to parents. So that's our biggest and best way of getting you out there. We also have in the network, we have community forums, we have blogs where you can post your content. We have job posting spot where you can look for, if you need to hire more people, you can connect with other people. We also have a teacher's lounge that's just for vendors to connect with vendors, because that's also very important. We all own our own businesses, or some of us do, some of us are parents, but we own our own businesses, and it's lonesome, and we do our best work when we can connect with others. So we have an awesome teacher's lounge that we call it teacher's lounge, but it's for all vendors, where it's the idea as a teacher lounge where we can talk shop. Also on the social media side, every week for right now, I am posting a list of who's on the network, and it's getting a lot of engagement, a lot of views, and people are looking it over. Also, I do social media. If I follow you on social media, I like and comment and help you get that engagement on your posts, which is really, really essential. That pushes you up on the algorithm for Instagram and Facebook. Also, I'm not consistent because it does take over an hour for me to do, but I will post to my stories on Instagram one of your posts from the week or reels that highlights your company, and then I will say that in my highlights underneath vendors, so anyone on our Instagram page can go and look and see the vendors on the website, and that's a way to connect. It also gives you content because I mention you, so you can share it to your story, and again connect people back to ESA Connection. So it's a win-win for both of us. Some of our vendors who attended some virtual educational fairs for us, I've been spicing that video up and doing a reel of them. And we've been sharing it on social media, and it's a collaborative event. So again, it comes up on Instagram, it comes up on your feed and our feed. And again, it connects both of us together. So if they get to our feed, they'll go right to you and see that. So those are and then I also share like crazy, as people know, on the Facebook groups. So those are some ways. There's probably more, and I'm sure I missed a few ways, but that's a lot that we do for you to help get you out there. Also, I have a really good mental bank, and I have lots of parents coming to me for various reasons. And so when I am out in the community and do talk to parents, I'm like, hey, do you know about this resource? So it's also us three knowing about you and helping to promote your business when we talk to people live, because we are the connectors and we are connecting parents to you. So any questions on that?
No, thank you. Got it.
So Tammy, she has lots of energy. You probably have got to figure that out. But seriously, that's good too for parents, whether they're in the ESA program, they're traditional homeschool parents just looking for things. If they're public, charter, or private, and they're looking for enrichments or therapies or testing or assessments, I mean, we expect to have a pretty good slug of parents from all of the different school systems. And just to kind of give you guys some numbers, we can't make any promises because we've never done this before, but we had about 100 or so folks on the network about a week ago after we came out of a beta testing and kind of figuring everything out. And you guys, our first 100 folks, they really helped us test and break things and fix things. So we doubled that in just the last week, and we're just now really starting to get the word out. But there are 65,000 parents or families on the ESA program, and it's free for parents to be part of this network. Yes, you have to put a email in. We have to verify because we need to know who you are, because you have influence in this community. You can rate and review not only teachers, therapists, any of our subscribers, but all the resources and posts and events and all of the things that are on here, blogs. So we need to know who's on the network. But there's 65,000 parents. We think we can get all of those parents eventually on here, plus a pretty healthy portion of public, charter, and private school parents that are looking for other things. They're happy with their school the way it is, but they just want other things for their learners. So there's 58,000 teachers right now in the state of Arizona, and we don't see any reason why, between the teachers that are retiring, have recently retired, the newer ones that just kind of get in for a couple of years and they don't see a path to doing this for 20 years. And then also teachers that want a side hustle, they want to be ESA vendors so they can tutor at night or on the weekends or in the summer. We think we can get 10% or around 6,000 of those. So, just to give you some ideas of the numbers, we're starting out today, but where we think we'll be tomorrow. And then just to give you some context, we also want to take this to other states. So we have 65,000 learners in our ESA program. Florida has 400,000. So we're going to go to Florida. We're going to go to some of these other states. We're already making contacts in those states. So once we kind of get this right in Arizona, we fully intend to take this elsewhere. And what you'll notice, I don't know how many parents versus vendors we have on here, but what we tried to do was give parents a very easy way to connect to the resources they need in education. But we also wanted vendors who, a lot of these we realize are going to be, teachers who don't have a lot of business experience or acumen. They don't really want to learn how to make a website. They just want to do it very quickly, and then they want to get to what they love and what they do best, and that's teach kids. So we designed this website for people to go through and start their own business from scratch, and in 2 hours, and really less than $100. And 85 of that's going to go to the state of Arizona to set up your LLC. But set up an LLC, get your tax ID number, set up your website, and then fill out a profile that enables you for parents to find your services in this marketplace. And if that's not enough for you, you can blog and be that expert in the room. You can post and have discussions on different forums. You can also post news and events. And if that's still not enough, as advertised, even small business people, we've made it very affordable for folks to advertise. And so I'll give you just a kind of a whirlwind tour of the site in a moment. But I think we have some questions in the chat that I wanted to read. Rebecca and Thaddeus have asked, what drives you, motivates you to do this for families? So Tammy, I know is bursting at the seams to answer that question. I'll give you my little 2 cents and then turn it over to Tammy. But for me, I've been in business all my life, and I've been in sales. I traveled globally. I was a director level person for a publicly traded company. But I always loved the teaching aspect of what I did. I taught a lot of salespeople how to sell, and I taught a lot of people that came into our company, what we were about and what we do. And I just love that. It was so energizing to me. And I always wanted to take that and somehow do something in the public school or, teaching kids. And I never saw a path to that until Governor Ducey made this program, ESA, universal. And it was about the same time I decided to leave the corporate world. So what motivates me is we want to make a positive difference in the world, and we love teaching. And I have just been told, Tammy, before you answer that question, Tammy, it's prize time again.
It's prize time. Woo-hoo! Before we get to the prizes, though, I'm going to tell you my answer because I'm entering the last 2 people in my awesome, amazing little raffle prize thing, and I'm almost ready to find out who's going to win the next prize. So first, why are we doing ESA Connection? I have been a vendor working with students privately since 2015, and the easy answer is it's for learners. This is going to help parents support their learners better. I truly believe in all school options, and what other option you have chosen, it's only successful if you have the right team members. And to have the right team members, you need to connect with those people. It's not going to work whether you're in public school, you're in homeschooling, whatever, ESA, doesn't matter. Whatever school option you're on, your student's not going to be as successful if you can't find the right people to help get your learner where you want them to be. So, in short answer, it's for learners. That is why we're doing this, and to support parents. Also, maybe a little bit selfishly to save me some time, because I have families coming to me left and right saying, do you have someone for this? Do you have someone for that? And just one person sharing what they have, it just can't scale enough. And there's so many people. I mean, I could constantly be filling that question every day on email. So we just want to help learners throughout Arizona, no matter if they're in Yuma, no matter if they're in Tucson, no matter if they're in Flagstaff, wherever they're at, we want to help them get connected to services. So, all right, who's ready for a prize? Because I'm ready to spin. Okay, here we go. I just got this going, so the next one will definitely show. All right, we're going to spin it. Here we go. Oh, this is so exciting. I know you guys can't see this, but I can. All right, the next prize for a $15 gift card to Amazon is Jonathan.
All right.
Jonathan from Tucson, please give Cindy in the chat your email address.
Thank you. This is fun.
So
Woo-hoo!
I know, Sandy, you have a question, but I have 2 more questions in front of you. So here's from Rebecca. One of the stressful things of being a vendor is advertising, marketing, and getting our information and resources to people. How would being connected with ESA help with that? So if you guys don't mind, I'll take this one. So Rebecca, we have designed this, my background was working with systems and sales and marketing. So this system so you have to realize that Tammy and Cindy, and then I work with Cindy as well. And, we're ESA vendors, we teach, we understand the frustrations, and Tammy has worked with other folks, showing them how to be ESA vendors since 2015, 2016. And this is the biggest issue. So what we built in with this site, we tried to do it very tactfully and in a way that wasn't going to be obtrusive to parents, but everything that we've designed in this site enables you to connect with parents. So the first step you'll do, and we'll show you this in a minute, you'll complete a fairly rigorous profile down to you can upload your certifications for what you put in there, how you're certified, you can upload those. Then you can do a little mini website, and if you have another website, that's fine too. But that mini website will be your first marketing appearance that parents will see for you, and then they can link to your profile and check out the detail. They can link to your main website, and they can link to a registration document. So right there, once you finish your profile, you put in what the services that you provide are, and the parents on the other end of that, they're putting in what their learners need, and then the network, the way we design it, connects you guys. So the parents will get a handful or more, depending on how broad or narrow their search is, of vendors that meet their needs. And then right away, in minutes, a parent can check everything they need about those vendors to feel comfortable reaching out to them. And then we give them ways to connect. So if that's not enough, then you can be, and we encourage you to be a participant in the forums. And somebody asks another question, so I'm gonna ask that. One of the stressful things about, let's see, there was Tammy's amazing. Let's see how a teacher can get started. There was another question in here, and now I don't know where it is. With so many resources out there, it can be overwhelming. How does ESA provide information and support without just being another thing out there where families have to keep track and contribute, and you get that overwhelming feeling? So I'm going to tie this in with the end of my answer to Rebecca's question, is because we've provided forums that are already divided into sub-forums, and they're searchable with keywords. So you guys can input your best resources. We have a resources subforum. We have a community swap forum, and everything that you do can be rated and replied by other people in the network. So the theory is that over time, the things that have 5-star ratings, parents will be able to very easily find the vendors, and then they'll be able to look at the vendors' ratings. They'll be able to look at resource ratings, and they'll be able to tell what the best stuff is, because this community of knowledgeable people have rated it and reviewed it. And this sort of is our gift to you. And then this community is only going to be as good as you guys make it by participating in it and rating things and inputting your favorite resources. So, to kind of answer both of those questions, I think the rating and review aspect is huge. And then Rebecca, a couple of more ways that we help you reach parents are, you can blog, so you can be the expert in the room, and you can actually you can put links in your blog back to your website. You can also post, anybody, parents and subscribers, vendors, can post news and events that that the community wants to know about. So teachers, if you have a big event coming up, maybe you've got a summer program, you can put that in events. Or parents, if you know of a big educational program that's happening that you want other parents to know about, you can put that in events, and then you can rate and review those. And then finally, Rebecca, you guys can advertise. So from $20 a month on up to $100 a month, and it's based on the number of rotations and the exposure that you get in those ads. And I actually explain that in the videos that are on the advertisement page.
Chris, I want to add something real quick because you bring up a really good point. So as y'all know, ESA does not approve vendors, meaning it's the parents' responsibility to vet vendors. And that has always been a concern for parents, and they've always asked or made comments about help for that. So how does ESA Connection help to ensure that parents are getting quality vendors? First of all, 3 ways. 1, Chris already mentioned it. Parents and vendors can review vendors. So that's a huge thing, is that all of those reviews are in one spot now on their profile or website, ESA Connection website. So that's huge. We haven't had that before. The second thing is that we have a button on there that vendors click if they have a background check or fingerprint clearance card. You're welcome. I really push for that as an educator because I think that's really important. And most vendors have that, but they don't have it listed on the website. So that's just a really good, important feature that we have, communicating with the parents that this vendor has gone through an extra security level to ensure that this person is a quality vendor. The last one is we have a list of certificates and endorsements and licenses that they can list on their profile/ESA Connection website. So that way, if they should have a license for their profession, like SLP or PT, OT, or even teaching, it will be listed there. So if you want a certified teacher, it will be listed in that box. They can actually list it. We don't have a checkbox. They list what they have because there's so many certifications out there professionally. So those are 3 ways: the reviews, the background check / fingerprint clearance card button, and then also having vendors list their licenses, certifications, whatever, that parents are insured and know for sure that this is a quality vendor. And vendors, that's a way for you to also be set ahead of other counterparts, because you probably already have those parts. So now it's advertised and they know that you're a quality vendor. So I just wanted to share that real quick because I think that's a really important aspect of ESA Connection and how we're helping parents in one more way.
So I'm just kind of showing some of these things as Tammy was talking. So like, for example, I've started to load resources in that I found, and you can kind of see this is in the community forum and it's in a subforum, and I'll kind of back out of this in a minute and show you, but no, I didn't feel comfortable rating my own stuff. So nobody's really been in here nosing around, but I mean, here's a free K through 12 curriculum by the Heritage Foundation. So the thought is, people can read this, they can go check it out, they can reply, and they can rank it. And then over time, when you go into the community forum, you can actually, so this is the resources forum. You can see that we have special needs. We have a teens entrepreneur forum, a jobs posting board. We've tried to break these down into subforums that we think you guys will want to participate in. And then you can also use this feature across the top, and you can keyword search, like if you, and you could string things together if you want to narrow it down. There's not enough in here really to start narrowing things down, but this was something that's missing right now. All of these great resources are being shared on all of these different parents groups on Facebook, which they're closed groups, and it's great. They're sharing resources amongst themselves, but then there's no way to really search for those resources that maybe are 6 months ago. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to provide a place where everybody could share their resources, rate those resources. And same thing with blogs. If you want to do blogs, we have, Kimberly's done the benefits of dance class, and these can be rated and reviewed as well and replied to. Same thing with news and events. So we really tried to make this a community. So for example, here's events, and you can go in. So here's our kickoff event. I don't think anybody's rated it, but same thing. You can rate and review. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's an advertisement here for vendors. Like if you really want to advertise something, you can advertise in, and this one doesn't have a link, but I think there's 3 ads here now, and they rotate every 5 seconds. We don't do pop-ups. It won't slow your system down. I mean, some of those free websites with pop-ups are annoying, but for vendors, we also added this particular ad. She added a link, so we can, parents that are interested in that program, they can go right to the link. Now, some of the ads don't have links, but we tried to offer things like that. And then every page that really needs it, there's a video that tells you how to use it. I think the best thing to do if you haven't been on the website is, I still have a few videos in production that we're making a few changes, but we included this tour video, and it is indexed. Okay. So if you look along this bottom line, you can go right to the section that you need. And it's 10 minutes, but it'll probably be the best 10 minutes you spend, just to kind of gives you an overview of how the site works. And, parents, there's stuff in here for teachers, there's stuff in here for parents. We don't care. We want you all to know how this network works, because at the end of the day, it's about putting you all together. And so I'll just pause. I think we have one more question in the chat. And then if anybody wants to ask a question, and then we'll kind of do a couple of things I'll show you a couple things on the site. How can a teacher get started in connecting to families who need a tutor or teacher? Okay, that one takes me where I want to go. But before I go there, are there any questions that you guys have?
I have one question. So right now I'm a vendor with Class Wallet by way of my Shopify site. And I'm not sure what additional items are eligible for ESA outside of our educationally driven. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, so I have access to teeth, claws, and jaws. We make cool casts. I put educational content in neat little crates. But we have edu-crates for classrooms. We have a number of curricula. We have a myriad of product offerings that I'm not sure how I would plug into ESA, how it works, because right now Shopify and Class Wallet, it's all automated behind the scenes for me.
So if you go to this
Brian,
teacher,
I was just saying, Dr. Brian, just email me, TammyJohnson@ESAJustConnection.com. And I'm gonna, first of all of that is eligible, anything that's educational. But I will send you the link for the allowable materials, and then I can also look through your stuff and see. But yeah, if they're allowing it on the marketplace, it's allowed. So
Well-
anything that is educational should be allowed. But you and I can connect more specifically, and I can go through your product line
So-
and let you know.
So what I was going to say, what we try to do, Dr. Curtis, is take everything out of Tammy's head and put it in here. So she's definitely can do that. But if you go to this teacher vendor selection here, you'll go to a empowerment scholarship account quick start. And we just put, this isn't really fancy. We just put the 6 links that you're going to use the most. And you can see, because these are the things people ask the most, there is a link that will take you right to what Tammy can send you, but you can actually self-serve for it. And it's all right here.
And then how does the actual money exchange hands in something like this?
Tammy?
Well, if you said you're on the Class Wallet marketplace, right?
Yes.
So the
But
Class Wallet will send you the money. You have connected your bank account, and so
Right,
after something's approved, you'll get a notice saying it's your money's coming in 3 to 5 days.
So right now, right now I submit a monthly invoice of all the things we sold, and it flows through quite nicely. But I'm thinking more of the softer items, like something that I'm not going to run through my marketplace that exists today. Let's say I do a live session, because I do this currently, where I hang out with a number of children online in Zoom, and then they bring all their questions to me, and then we have a great 30 minutes or an hour dialogue with a classroom.
Great question.
Like,
three ways parents can pay for services through ESA. One, through the Class Wallet. Direct pay is what it's called. So again, you would get your money directly from Class Wallet. 2, you send an invoice. They pay with an ESA debit card. Only parents that have been in the program before March of last year have a debit card. 3, parent reimbursement, which is the parent pays for it, and then they seek reimbursement through the program. That one parents don't like to do a lot because it can be a financial hardship on them. So it's either through the debit card, which you'll get right away, the money, or through Class Wallet, which Class Wallet is pretty fast right now. People are getting reimbursed within a week. So those are 3 options. And I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what? We have a very important moment. It is prize time.
it's always worth being quiet for prizes.
You know, I thought you would agree with me on that. I just want to say, first of all, you guys, we have almost 30 people here tonight, and I can't tell you how much from our team that means to us. We have been working so hard to put this together. We've been starting since November, and to get it out under a year's time, this is quite a feat. And as you see, we did not just build a network. We built more of that. We built a community. So each of you, I just want to say so much. And Kirby, you're trying to track me with your doorbell, baby. I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. I truly, 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 that means so much to us. All right, I'm going to figure out technology because I can.
Raffle time.
Raffle time. Okay, here we go. And I'm actually going to pull up all right, here we go. All right. Yay, it worked. Technology is wonderful. All right, all your guys' names are there. All right, here we go. And I'm sorry if I misspelled it. I went really fast. All right, we are raffling off right now a $15 gift card to Amazon. Woo! Oh,
That's a pretty good spin, Tammy.
Thank you. It's Pam.
Bam.
Woo!
That
Pam,
was a close call.
All right.
Congratulations, Pam.
1
High
raffle
five.
prize giveaway, 2 raffle prize giveaways, even better. I have this beautiful book from the Goldwater Institute called A is for the American Dream. We are going to raffle this off right now. This is such a beautiful book. It goes through all the alphabet letters. It's very patriotic. So we're going to go ahead and spin, and one of you guys is going to win this beautiful book. All right, here we go. Another raffle prize coming up. Woo, Sharon! Congratulations!
Sharon, congrats.
Chris, is it time to show them the filters? Is it time?
It is, but we have
time.
I think we have a question from Sandy. We have a question from Dr. Pamela, and sorry, it just Ruperech, did I say that right?
It's Dr. Ruprecht, but it was just like a high five. Thank you for the gift.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your hand up. Okay,
And
gotcha.
Pam, Dr. Pam, could you put in the chat box if your email or a phone number that I can text you your gift card to?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Cindy.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, hey, Sandy, hold your questions because we want to get to we want to show the filters real quick, and then we'll come back to your filters. So I'm gonna take over here again. Let me do that, and then I gotta get my, hopefully get that back. Okay, so from the home page, the cool little thing is you guys can take a journey if you want, but what you're going to find is using your little person icon up here, this opens up all of these little tools for your account. The thing that you're going to use the most is your dashboard. And what your dashboard is it's your key to everything. So once you build your website, you can click on your website and go in, you can edit it at any time. You can view your profile. This is a teacher subscriber dashboard, so you guys can post blogs from here. Everybody, even the parents that have the free membership, you can post jobs, you can post news articles, post events, and you do that from your dashboard. But what I wanted to show you is if I go into my profile, which looks like this, and you get connection points, which is another way that parents can see, you know, who's been on the network a while, who's been really interacting with the network. So you get, I think you all that have joined will get the first 100 vendors, because I think we have just a few of those left. And then a founding 2023 badge will be earned by anybody that joins this year. And then when you reach certain point levels, so you'll get badges, and then you can look at your certifications. And I think I showed you that, where you can actually upload certifications if you want, and parents can click on those and check those out. I won't go into those. I think I was showing those earlier. They can also get to your website from here, but this is all the detailed information about you, you know, what your experience is, what you teach, and it enables parents to kind of get comfortable with you in one place. You also get an ESA Connection website. You can see how we have the main website, of course, but I'm able to build a small website that this is actually the first thing when parents see your name after they initiate a search, which we're going to look at in just a second. They can come here to your website, and your website links to your profile. It links to your main website, and then it can link to a registration document. I can also put all my contact information and all my social media information. So this is, you know, one of the major ways parents are going to see what you offer in a nice format, and then you can edit this at any time. So how this works from the dashboard, I've already done some searches. I can hit the Let's Build My Team button and do a brand new search, but I'm going to go into a search that I've already done. And it opens up a series of filters. So pretend I'm a parent, and you as vendors, the vendors that are on here, you can also do this for students that you're teaching. Like, let's say a parent comes to you and says, hey, you know, my learner has, you know, really second grade math is where what they need to work on, but they're dyslexic. Is there anybody I can work, you know, with? And if you don't know, you can actually do searches for students that you're teaching as well. But you know, most of the time parents are going to come through here and they're just going to check boxes based on what their learner needs. In this case, it's third through fifth. I'm looking for third through fifth teachers or curriculum. These are the types of teaching methods that I want. These are the criteria. I want to improve grades and homework help, and I also want to look at enrichments that are available for my second, third, or fourth grader. He's got or she's got ADHD that I have to, you know, be cognizant of, and then I can do different courses, and these are the main subjects. And every time you open a main subject up, it's going to give you the detailed subjects, and you don't have to fill those in, but you can, you know, you can if you want to narrow things down. I can select the gender of the teacher or therapist that I want, or if I'm looking for a product like Jonathan sells down there in Tucson, you know, I would check the gender that's appropriate for my products, and he would check all of them because he has products for everybody. Your experience level, whether you take ESA funds or not, if you have your level 1 fingerprint card, then you can do your class size, whether you are charging hourly rates or you're selling products. or in this case, the parent's looking for that, and then they go to the results page. And so now I've, in a matter of minutes, I put in the criteria that my learner's looking for, and now it just matches to all of the vendors that match those criteria. So in this case, let's say it's Dr. Russell. She's in Florida, and so it takes me to Dr. Russell's ESA Connection site, so I can kind of get a nice little approach about her, and then I can go right to her profile if I want. And so this enables a parent very quickly to do the research that they need. And then I can go to, so she's linked her profile back to her website, so I'm gonna have to talk to her about that. And then also she can go to a registration document. So she's got a few things wrong, because when she filled her profile out, she didn't put the correct links in there. Casey, I think I looked at hers the other night. So she has a nice little website that she's built. Casey, you're on. How long did it take you to build your website?
It probably took me like half an hour. Didn't take me long at all.
Not too shabby, huh?
No.
You
And
built
then-
a website in a half hour?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I
that's
literally
amazing.
copied and pasted everything from my actual
Exactly.
website, so it made it a lot easier.
Awesome.
I have her profile, so if I'm a parent, if I'm good now, I can connect with her right here, or I can go back to her website. I can go to her main website if I like. And then I think I checked your registration, and then she has a registration document, so she's building up her contact list, and so this goes right to her contact list. So I think that question that somebody asked about, how can we reach a market? We've designed this to be very, very easy for a teacher within, literally what I think is a teacher with no business experience. They can actually come here to the Build Your Business tool. And I know many of you already have business experience, but they can follow these 7 steps. And for less than $100 and probably in about 2 hours total time, they can go from not knowing what to do to building a little business plan, looking at the budget and what the financials are going to look like. They can create their website, they can get their LLC, get their tax ID numbers, create their profile, and be marketing to parents in literally 2 hours now. So this is our contribution. We want to help bring in more ESA vendors. And again, a lot of you don't have to go through these steps. You can just go right here, go to your dashboard, and your first thing is build your profile. The next thing is going to be to build your website. And once you do those 2 things, you're able to be found by parents in our search tool, in the Build Your Business tool. So any questions? That kind of concludes the little tour I wanted to do.
Well, it's about prize time. So why don't we do another prize while you check out
All
the
right.
questions? But can we just take a moment? Chris just showed us the filter. And did you see how many vendors came up in a parent search? Like, that is a moment just to relevant. Like, all he had to do was answer some questions. He didn't have to go chat with 10 friends. He didn't have to go post in Facebook groups, didn't have to go search on the internet. He simply had to go answer some questions in one spot, and it was there. So as we mentioned before, we built it, but we're gifting it to you, parents and vendors. It is now your turn to help build it and help share it, because we really believe that this is going to improve education. It's going to improve access for all learners, making sure that they have the right team members. And then also, parents, you're welcome, because we just saved you some precious moments. All right, let's go ahead and do the next prize. All right, we're going to give away another $15 gift card to Amazon, because Amazon has everything. Lots of great learning tools and products. And then also, if you just want to spend it on yourself and get a new shirt, go for it. It's your gift card. All right, I just got to switch over to the technology here. Make sure you get your questions in the chat, because Chris is going to be answering them in just a few minutes after we do this next prize. You guys get to see all my apps on my phone. All right, here we go. Let's spin the reel again. Woo! Congratulations! Yes! Please put in the chat your information, your email address, so Cindy can send that to you. And Cindy is magical, and she's sending those right away. So by the end of this, our tour, our kickoff event, you're going to have that in your mailbox. You can go spend it tonight if you want. Yay, yay. All right. Okay,
So
Chris,
we had a question from Sandy before we went to the demo. So I don't know if Sandy's still on.
Well, she said that her question, got my question answered.
Oh, okay. Okay. Boy, there's a lot of comments. Cindy, can you help me? Are there any other questions
So,
in there?
yes.
It looks like.
Let's see. I think Dr. Pam, did you have a question? You had your hand raised at one point.
She was high-fiving.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. All right. I want to make sure I didn't miss that one. Okay. You could pick up on Sandy's.
Chris, you're just doing such a good job. You're answering everyone's
Yeah,
questions.
I don't know about that. So I will take a minute.
We can talk about our vendor fair. I'm going to show that
exactly.
slide.
So
Kirby
as I
has
said,
a question.
Oh, who's got a question? Kirby, you have a question.
Hi, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry. So I did the search earlier today on my phone, and I thought maybe I was like too specific with some of the like the drop down check boxes, but like nothing came up. So is that normal, or should I just do it on like a desktop?
No,
Actually, depends what type of services you're looking for. What was the service you're looking for?
I'm looking for like a tutor for my daughter in reading.
Okay, so just expand your radius, but tutors, we have a lot of tutors on there, so tutors should be coming up. But if you're looking for specific people, we only have a few like SLPs, OTs, PTs. But that's also why I'm posting the who's on the network list as we're getting going. You can also look at that list as well. But please be patient with us. Sometimes that's going to happen. Please come back.
Yeah, of course.
Please check in, or again, reach out to us. I'm the one answering social media, and I am very familiar with our vendors. So if you're not finding what you need, please follow up with us. Chris, I think you have some tips as well that how she could expand her search as well, besides just expanding the radius on the geographic filter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing is this geographic filter. If you're looking for online services, and I tried to put these instructions in here because there are some quirks, like this searches for everything, or it can search for very narrow. And
Chris, we're not seeing your screen yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was
You're
sharing.
fine. Sorry to interrupt you. I wanted to make sure you
Try
knew
that
we didn't see it yet.
Okay, so I think you're seeing it now.
We see your desktop, which that looks fun.
All right. Are you seeing it now?
Yes.
Okay. So it's real important if you so if you really want the broadest search, don't put anything in here, right? If but if you're driving somewhere, you obviously want to put your location. And when you put your zip code, you need to be sure and pick from the list, because again, this is a database, so it does have those kind of quirks. And then I think really Tammy's right. Like if you're looking for a fourth grader, you might want to go ahead and check fifth and third grade, because in homeschooling, I mean, the ranges get to be kind of wide. And then when you get to, I mean, that one's pretty easy. That one's pretty easy. Some of these specialties, to Tammy's point, right now, I think we just got over 70 or 80 vendors on the system. So, this thing will work quite differently when we have thousands of vendors on there than it does today. And to Tammy's point, you may have to broaden your searches a little bit. And then this might be one that instead of filling in some of these detail, you might want to just keep these broad at first, because when you go to the vendors, if you don't get enough, just leave all these specific ones blank. Go broad, because when you go to the profiles, you can see all the vendors, what they actually teach. And then you may have to go with less experience, as well. And these are kind of, it's important on these. You may, I mean, if you want ESA funding, you obviously want to keep that one checked. You might want to take the one off with the fingerprint card, even though I think that's pretty important. There's, a lot of resources, particularly if they do online, they're not going to probably have the Arizona level 1 fingerprint background check card. So those would be some tips I would give you. And then, obviously your hourly rate, you might have to go up a little bit on your rate as well. Does that help, Kirby?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. I need to do that. I'll try again, but it's also really difficult to see on my phone. So I think I'm going to do it on my laptop.
Yeah, it works. And it's also optimized for an iPad too. So,
Oh,
it was important. And we got asked if we're going to come up with an app. We might. It seems to work pretty good though on an iPhone. But it is, yeah, I mean, if you have a smaller iPhone, it definitely gets a little tricky to see.
thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? I think we have a hand up.
Chris, there is a question from Rebecca. If you create a free parent account, can you later upgrade or add a vendor account to it?
Yeah, you sure can. So when you go to this little icon, you can manage your membership. So we hope you don't cancel, but you can cancel. It's right there. And let me just pull this up. And so you can change it right here at any time. And this is kind of the cool thing. So if you want the free, so let's say you have a teacher and vendor, if you decide, hey, I'm busy, I don't need any more customers, you can just change it. Like, so if you go month to month, you have to wait till that month ends, and then it will change over to the free version. And then to your point, if you have the free version, all your searches and everything for your kiddos are going to be saved. And then you can go and upgrade to a paid version, and you can go monthly. Once we get through our early access period and we get us enough vendors and parents on there that we feel like, okay, now the value is there for the $25 a month, we'll open up the 6 and 12-month options. 6 months, that will save you 10%. 12 months will save you 20%. So if you decide you want a 12-month option, and I'd give it a couple of months, just make sure this is right for you. And then if you do a 12-month, it's less than $20 a month. And we had focus groups of parents and vendors that we met with when we were designing this. And so a lot of the colors, a lot of what you see, this was what they wanted. They wanted white space. They didn't want a lot of written instructions. They wanted videos. But, the price point was something kind of important. And, $25 a
Are you
month
just getting up and having a normal day tomorrow?
for a vendor, that's half of a normal tutor session if they're $50 an hour. And so, if you look at some of the other options out there, they charge 20% of every tutoring session. One charges 30% of a tutoring session. We tried to fix this cost with as low as we felt comfortable going. And then the advertising, and I know this wasn't part of your question on changing to this paid subscription, but this gallery there, you can see like there's spaces and a good space, like right here on the news and events. For $20, you can be on the news and events, which we feel like a lot of people are going to want to, be checking in on. Now, how we've gotten it down so cheap is each space stays up for 5 seconds. And this particular space has 40 different rotations. So, and then you would just add it to your shopping cart, you upload your ad, you upload your link, and away we go. Is it time?
We got time.
Okay. So definitely check out the videos. And again, I would just point you to this homepage and go to this little website tour video, because this will, I think, answer a lot of folks' questions. So we have
Let's talk
5
about
minutes.
the vendor fair.
Yeah.
Let's talk
we have
about the
5
I'm going to
minutes.
share my screen and show them that graphic, and you can chit chat about it real quick.
And you can see these if you go to the events, you'll see our upcoming events. We're posting, and you guys can post upcoming events in there as well. Tammy, you going to take over?
Yeah, I can talk about our vendor fairs. So besides having a network, well, we're about 3 things. Okay. We have our website, ESA Connection. We do a lot of free content with our webinars. They're now free because we can post them on the website for exclusive content. So we have, guys, October, you're going to be so impressed. We have a webinar for vendors talking about how to do a micro school and learning pod about the Kai Pods Catalyst program. 28-week program. It's free. It's amazing. Great content to get that set up for you. And then we also have Dr. Noreen Russell talking about ADHD and what to do before, during, and after the diagnosis. Oh, she is a wealth of information. And that's actually going to be a professional development webinar where you can get an hour and a half of PD hours, clock hours. We have it all set up. We have the certificate all ready to go for your professional development if you have to renew a teacher cert or whatever you need it for. And then we have, of course, at the end of the month, we're going to have our monthly networking event for educational businesses. It is fantastic, such a great resource. And we're going to probably throw in a couple other webinars. So make sure you're following us on Instagram, ESA Connection, and Facebook, Educational Services Alliance, for all those updates and all the posts. And then you can chat with me anytime if you don't see what you need, and I will get you that information. Definitely always look at our events. We have a lot of events on Facebook posted, and then of course they're going to be on ESA Connection. So, and then lastly, what we really want to talk about was our live events, because we've been really busy doing the website, and that is our focus, but we also want to see you in person. So our next live event is going to be up in Surprise. It's going to be at Baker's MMA Gym. There's an address up there. It's going to be from 9 to 12:30. We realize that's Halloween weekend, but listen, you're out and about, come stop by. We're going to have kid events and activities. We have Cactus Crates coming up from Tucson and doing free crafts and painting and art with the kids. We're going to have over 6 demonstrations of vendors doing them. We're really focused on enrichments. So we're going to have some vendors showing karate demonstrations, showing again, we got the art going on, some maybe gymnastics or dance demonstrations, whatever the vendors sign up for. So we're really excited to kind of do something different educationally and very hands-on, very kids focused. We decided all of our activities, all our vendor fairs will be kid focused. So as you go out and about and chit chat with the vendors, your kids are going to be entertained with the different crafts, different activities. We're going to have century bins, Lego bins, so many things for your kids to keep them occupied and to have fun. So you're not even going to think, oh, we're here to, learn about homeschooling and vendors and activities. My kid just had a great time. So it's going to be a win-win. And we also know that you can't always just go and do activities and events without your kids. So we wanted to make it for both of you guys. So definitely check out this event. It's going to be up in Surprise again from 9 to 12:30. Probably take you a good half hour, 45 minutes to walk through all the vendors. We're going to have 30 different vendors up there. Chris, did I forget anything about the event?
No, I put you can click on the link I put in the chat. It will take you to the events page on the website, and you can get more information there. And then also that book we gave away, A is for the American Dream, we actually filmed one of the authors, Matt Beinberg, reading that a week and a half ago, and we put that up on the website. So I gave you the link to that as well. So if you want to use that for one of your classes, it's probably a great K through maybe 5th grade read on the Constitution and what it's about. And I think it's done quite well. So that's there as a resource for you also.
Awesome. All right. Well,
There is
one
one question in the chat box.
One question. Oh. Okay.
Will you have events in Tucson?
Yeah, that's got to be from Jonathan, right? And maybe Marcia.
Yes.
Yeah, so I talked to Kelly yesterday, and she really wants to help, and that's something you guys can help us with. So we know this area pretty good, the western side of the Phoenix metro area. We're going to be working to have some vendor fairs on the east side of the valley, but we definitely want to put something in Tucson. We just need to get with you guys. Let's help us find a place, get the word out, because we definitely know how to host and put on education fairs, but we just need people to work with to get the community to come out and get the vendors there. And then we could do a vendor training. We would love to do a vendor training down there. So maybe some wannabe teachers we could help them set up their business, and you could have more vendors down in Tucson. So that's definitely on our agenda.
They will help us. Great. Thank you so much. Sandy, did you get the link you needed? You had a question in the box, a link to the event in the chat box. I hope she got that. And Rebecca, have you thought about doing fairs for the military community since they change so frequently and don't have the resources?
So I know we live so close to Luke Air Force Base, we can hear taps and reveille. So both Tammy and Cindy are on a Mothers of Preschooling group at our church, and we have a ton of military families. So yeah, we would love to work with military families. We just need like some parents or some vendors that are on base, like get with us and connect with us, and we'll figure it out. Even if it's a smaller event, or we could tie into a community event that's close to the base, or we could do a virtual event, but we would love to help do that. Absolutely.
And that's the thing that ESA Connection is about. This is not about Cindy, Chris, JD, and I. It's about you guys, but the parents and vendors. So bring to us your ideas and we'll see how we can make them happen, because we've been very narrow focused trying to get the network up and going. Now we can take a deep breath and we can start innovating and creating and putting on the network and services what you guys need. We're very receptive to ideas. We have pivoted many times based on the feedback that we received from people. So the other thing is, on the network, there's a lot of online services that military families can use and access no matter where they're at. So it's not just, this isn't going to just be applicable to Arizona families. If you know someone in another state, I mean, there's some amazing vendors that
send
are
them the link.
nationwide on this, on ESA Connection, and we're just growing every single week. So, all right, you guys, well, we're at the end of our kickoff event. We just want to, again, one more time say thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. We're going to go ahead and give one more prize out because, well, that's just fun, and we want to give you guys, some free stuff. But again, thank you. Please go out there, help us develop and grow and share ESA Connection. You can share any of our social medias, tell your friends. Please let us know how we can make it better. We are literally here for you. And we just really want to help learners. We want to help parents to help their learners, and we want to help learners to be successful. We're truly about connecting. So with that, let me go ahead and stop sharing so we can do the last prize.
Are we doing the wheel again?
Right. We are, yes, I'm pulling up the reel because we love the reel. All right, this last prize, once again, is from Amazon, because Amazon has literally everything. And well, you can get something for your learner, or you can get something for you, or you can get something for both. Win-win. So we're gonna do a $25 gift card, and whoever wins this amazing prize, please make sure you give your information to Cindy in the chat. She's literally right now going and sending that to you. So by the time that you get away from your computer, it's probably going to be in your inbox. You can spend it tonight or tomorrow, whenever. All right, our last spin. Here we go. $25 from Amazon. Who's going to win it? And if someone's already won something, we're going to spin again because I didn't take your name off. Oh, Pauline, you already won. I'm so sorry. We're going to spin again because I wasn't thinking I didn't take your name off. But Pauline, go
easy
buy
come,
a
easy go,
ticket.
Pauline.
Pauline, go buy a lottery ticket. All right.
Yeah,
we're
really.
Spin one more time. All right. And again, if someone's here already win, we'll spin again because I didn't think to take your name off. It's going to be, oh, Cassie. Congratulations. $25. Congratulations. Hey, you guys, thanks for spending your Thursday night with us. We appreciate you greatly. We're going to stay on a few more minutes if you have questions and want to chit chat. If not, have a great night. We'll see you on the network.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
You want to stop recording?
Oh, yeah, hang on. Sorry.
Yeah, we'd love to answer questions. So if anyone wants to stay on and ask any more